darling. And while we grew, show me the way. Hey, and I linger moves. The waves slowly break down by the shore. Oh, we get a little closer. Ooh, as the night falls, I place a flower behind your ear. Show me the way. Hey, an island girl moves. I hold you close as we sway. Ooh, the fire is burning, burning as we sway. All about you I'm learning as we sway.
Welcome back. We're Everyday People. I am Crystal Tafalele.
And I'm Lynn Cato. Okay, first, before we continue real quick, let me just address something real fast. Okay, so we do apologize that we have technical difficulties and you cannot hear a lot of the interviews that we have, but what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and edit it and make it all one, and then everybody can hear us and we're gonna be happy because we're good people. But yeah, so we're excited to be here. So yeah, so please bear with us. Again, this is our first time doing Facebook Live interviews so we can get people in their actual environment where they're at, like Verona. So we're grateful to have her and Willa. So we're excited. So I just wanted to get that out real quick. So thank you for bearing with us, and we do apologize. We love you, but we're back.
And welcome back. And we're with Oreta Tupola,
Yes.
like we introduced earlier. So let's
What's
get
up,
into
girl?
it.
How are you?
Good, I'm good. Thanks for having me here.
Of course, we're so excited to have you here. So when we had you kind of chime in a little bit when Wella was talking about his empowerment. So you were talking about that you used to do what you're doing now. So you're a huge advocate for the Polynesian community. Kind of explain, you were in Laie, lived in Hawaii, you were doing the work there, and now you're doing the work here, and you said that, and we asked you what the difference was, and you kind of gave us the answer, and I kind of want you to explain.
Yeah, I think, I thought, moving here, we come here a lot to visit family for reunions and stuff like that. Never thought that I would move here. And my whole journey of going into the field of community work and social work is my educational background, was to help our young males, actually. In the rural town that I come from, a lot of support, like you were saying, for women, for girls, but not a lot of support around for our kids, our sons. And especially I see the boys in our neighborhood, there was not a lot of support for them, carrying this whole heavy burden of, being the male, being the provider, all of that. And so from that observation in my community, I wanted to do more work around to provide support for them. I had the opportunity to create a program with Coach Tata was there at Kahuku for a minute, and during the Football Boys Hell Week, they wanted to implement a program for the boys during that week. And so Benjaline Mayava and we created this program called Strengthening Our Sons. It's SOS. And what I observed also in the field is that, like Wella said, we're always bringing in mentors who are not from our community.
Right.
They're speaking to our kids. Even when I was young, people from outside that I couldn't relate to. And also made me feel like, oh, it's only those people can be in those spaces because I never seen anyone like me. And so in this program, we brought community mentors who were people the kids knew, my uncle, my dad's friend, or grandfather that were doing good in community. So we brought, I don't know, everyone knows Oreta Tupola is one of the representatives in Hawaii. Her husband, Tavo, is my husband's first cousin. He went to school at the U, did all the things. He was HBD, and so we brought him back as one of the
like mentors,
speakers,
right.
Yeah, to just share his journey and him going outside of Hawaii and doing all the things and now coming back to give back We bring Bruce Naluai, who's a singer from Vaihi, and that the kids knew, and it just gave the boys a chance to see, like, wow, yeah, they came, they know what I go through, and they made it outside of here. And so from that work, I went into domestic violence work and just did a lot of other things, working at a federally qualified health center, so many things, just to, again, empower community. And I share this story a lot. What motivates me is we were asked by Kahuku High School, which is my alma mater, to come back and speak to the children to the students for a career day. And in sharing with the kids my position as the COO of our health center, they were shocked at that. And one of the boys asked me, "Oh, Auntie, I didn't know you were the boss at the health center." And I was like, why are you shocked by that? We are in the little town that Brigham Young University of Hawaii is. And again, most of the leaders there were from Utah or Idaho or white.
No one
and
local.
So, no one local. And so that was like a motivation for me to just keep doing what I was doing, but with the intention of continuing to pave a pathway for our kids so that they could see themselves and to open up doors so that when it was their time, they didn't have a hard time like some of us did or like my parents did. And so in coming here to Utah, I told my husband, what am I going to do there? My whole purpose was to serve my own people, my own community. What am I going to do in Utah? And my perception of that, of Polynesian in Utah, were, Polynesians have been living here for a long time. A lot of resources, all of the things. And in Hawaii, less resources. I only seen a lack of resources where I lived.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because there's not that many advocates that are advocating the way you are, or
in Utah?
And back in Hawaii?
In Hawaii?
Yeah.
No, well, there's a lot of advocates, but I don't know. I think well, the leaders weren't advocates.
Weren't leading.
We were doing the work on the ground.
Right.
And that was fine, but we needed to do more.
Right.
Because
it starts at the top, and if there's no guidance there, take it into your own hands, right?
And so, now in this work, I see how important that voice is, because resources are allocated depending on who the leadership is, just like it is now. It's impacting us a lot now. And so we had to do something. We had to do something different. And so coming to Utah with that perception, I thought, I have to go back home. There's nothing I can do over here in my own community. And Jake Fitisimanu, who I met him first, and Joyce Kim, who works with Health Choice, is also from Hawaii. They introduced me to Susie Malohifa'o, and from there I started to build a network of my own here in the community, starting with family and then others, and then found the need is the same. A little bit of difference in that,
but like more on a broader scale, right?
Yeah, and I was shocked because I was like, why is our community not further ahead being here so long? Why are we still
with many more resources, right?
And so it just grew my passion to keep doing what I was doing, and I found the strength of being from home and being grounded, like that opportunity to be in Hawaii and be like raised in the culture. Not that others are not raised in the culture here, but it was a strength that I could give to, especially the youth work that I do, to the kids who have never been to the islands before. And so I just took that and rode with it, and 10 years later,
here you are.
Yep. Who would have thought? I never.
And everyone that comes from Laie, from what I've noticed, I have many friends and family from. They're very passionate people. You still have that island vibe, that feel, that town, almost that village feel. You know what I mean? Because I love it. You know what I mean? So I think that's
and strong community.
Very strong community.
Strong community.
Yeah.
Everybody from Laie.
Yeah.
I mean, from Hawaii in general, but.
Are you able to help, do you have any ties back in Laie as far as advocacy goes?
Still doing work there, building their community health worker program there with some of the CHWs that are still there in Hawaii. So yeah, I always, I think the strength of and the power of my position now. I don't do a lot of direct practice. Back in the day, yes, a lot on the ground. I'm doing more advocacy and policy now and administrative work, but the thing that has kept me grounded is continuing to do that work on the ground. And so I still do that in Hawaii. People from California will come and say, hey, I heard you
Wow.
help with Medicaid or
good.
Medicare. Can you tell me what I need to do? And then people who move from Hawaii here, they get connected to me so I can, relay them what the resources are here.
So you're the connection.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think
Become
that's
that.
right.
Yeah.
That's good because I think a lot of our people, the reason they don't have those resources is because they're scared to look for it and
Yeah.
they don't see a lot, like you said, of people that look like them that they feel they can trust to help them through that.
Yeah.
So
And I think that's what Wella was saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kinda like we're afraid to ask for the help, and I think that's just universal to men and women
it's
and
like
children.
almost shameful. Almost.
Right.
Like,
And I don't know why that is, but it's just something that's ingrained in you, and I still feel that way now. I'm like, I will help the hell out of everybody else, but God forbid me go
But
asking
I'm
me for
okay.
help. But I'm okay.
But I'm okay.
I'm
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You know, my husband's always like, stop doing that. I'm like, it's so hard for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think just by all the work that Owella's doing and what you're doing, I mean, you're hitting everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you just must be exhausted.
Yeah, it can be exhausting, but Jake them are doing so much of that work, and they've actually opened a lot of doors for me to do what I do. But I think one of the things that I love is that, like, I've done work with Wella. We're on Come Follow Me in the mornings, every morning, and then Verona, the connection to her, she is her husband's grandfather is my grandmother's brother, and so
Small world, literally.
Small world.
For
Small it is.
sure.
Yes.
Wow.
Especially for our community.
Yeah, but I think just going back to what you're saying, I feel like this like hesitance to ask for help comes from being raised in such a humble culture that we're taught not to praise ourselves, and
Right.
that we come from such a collectivist community and culture that it's not about the individual, it's about what you're doing for everyone
The
else.
bigger picture.
And sometimes we can get lost in that. So
Right.
for the work that I do, it's really about helping people to find balance in culture and the new culture that we're building, being American.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's very different than
Kind of just like preparing, like giving them the sort of resources and tools and the values on how much your voice matters.
Yes. That has been one of the things with the youth I found that they value a lot. Going in to speak to them after, the tragedy of the shooting at Hunter, we asked the kids, what do you guys want us to bring you? What kind of education can we help, or resources do you
I
want?
just got the chills while you're talking about. I love that.
Yeah, and they said to us, we want to learn the culture. We want to understand the meaning behind the practice of not just, falaves and, halas that you go give at the funeral. They
Right.
see it,
Right.
but they don't understand why.
Why?
Why do we do that? It's and having
And what
to
the
explain
importance
to them,
is
right?
behind it.
Right. They don't understand the reciprocity of that. They just see everybody's trying to gather money that we don't have,
Right.
and falas we don't have,
Right.
all the things.
But that's who
And-
we are.
And then to hear them say, yeah, I hate doing the Tongan or Samoa traditions, it hurts me to hear that, because that's where we come from. It's
Right.
part of their heritage. And so we've been doing a lot of education around the meaning behind the practice, the traditions. Even this, with Kava Talks, like, I love what a lot of them are doing. Pixar has been doing Kava Talks for the
Yep.
past 10 years for men to have a safe space.
And congratulations, Picture, on your 10-year anniversary.
Yes,
Heck
this
yeah,
year's
10
our
years
10th.
is huge.
Yeah, but that's what it's about, is now creating these safe spaces for our community to feel like they can trust first and then share and be vulnerable.
Right.
And that's what they need, is they need to be able to
Yes.
trust you.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're such trusting people, but sometimes we trust too easily.
Yeah.
But when it comes to our mental health or someone telling us what to do, then our guards are up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that.
Because your guard is up.
All right, so we have a lot to talk about, you know what I mean? And we're so grateful that you are here. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we're going to get Yada is going to come up. We're going to have a little music video from Yada, the better she's going to be on, and she's going to be at the One Love
Kava
Kava
Lounge.
Lounge on Saturday.
This Saturday for her listening party from 9 to 12.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. I cannot talk. It's that talk about
And Twitter stuck with us, don't want to assume that you're trifling. That you talk to other women, baby, let's pretend that you hold me like sativa, go make love again. Still remember all the details in remembrance, gripping all over my mind phone. You got me going crazy. This love thing ain't Supposed to be true colors showing red. And when I leave, I know that you'll be missing me. All your adventures, I don't wanna be stuck in my room. Posted up on Insta and Twitter, stuck with us. Don't want to assume that you're trifling, that you talk to other women. Baby, let's pretend that you hold me like sativa. Go make love again. Still remember all the details in remembrance. Gripping all over my mindfulness. Mindfulness, baby, you gon' have to fight for this. Pick and choose, you better not lose. You need to cry for this. Down on your knees, baby, trust me, no need to lie to this. Just open up and baby, you can come and slide for this. Whatever you say, I'll be keeping.
And that's a motherfucking wrap.
Hey guys, Lynn Cato here with Everyday People of the Utah Pacifica chapter, along here with my beautiful co-host.
Crystal Tupola and our beautiful guest, Oreta Tupola. Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. Oreta's been kind of just giving us the rundown of her journey from Laie, Hawaii, all the way here to the mainland, here to Utah, doing all her advocacy work for the entire Pacific Islander community. And like we were just discussing in our break, we were going through your things again on Facebook, and you just have your hands in everything.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you said, so before you came here 10 years ago, how long have you been doing this even in Hawaii?
So so I can share this story. I share this with everyone. After I graduated from high school, I got pregnant, and I mean I'm LDS, so you know what comes with
in
that.
a small foreign town.
Yes. So I had to really go backwards in life. I had my kids and had my family, and then as I was learning how to be a mother to kids, and while I was a kid, I was helped by a CHW, one of the aunties from our community. She was a part of the Head Start program, which my auntie Marianne was the director of. And in that program, as we were teaching the kids, Lillian Macayao, she was my home visitor. And she said to me, knowing my story, because her son and I are classmates, she was like, hey, I need you to go with me to the teen pregnancy class in Kahuku and share your story about being pregnant. And I was like, no, not a good story coming from somebody, you know. And so I was born and raised in the church. And so, but anyways, because I had my kids, I got pregnant, had my kids, went back to school. I played 2 years as a softball at BYU, Hawaii, after having all of my kids. I think I was like 30 years old and playing with these young girls. But it was a dream of mine before I got pregnant. And I just felt like, I want to do it. I'm just going to try. And if I make it, I make it. If I don't make it, I don't make it. But I made it. And so she said, I want you to come back because Koku produces a lot of athletes. And so these girls that were also pregnant in the program were girls that were being heavily recruited or getting pregnant from boys who could have been heavily recruited. And she's like, share your story, that just because this happened to you, it doesn't need to stop your journey. And so I was doing that, going back to school and sharing my story of getting pregnant, but still going back to school. And then I had 2 mentors at BYU Hawaii who said, you need to keep sharing your voice. Like every time we did a presentation, and they're like, and don't stop school, go straight through your master's. And so I did, graduated in 2009, and then, ended up doing all of the work that I'm doing. But that's how all of that started.
Because you got the help.
Yeah.
It started because you got the help and you turned around. And
So it all started
that's
for you at a very
amazing.
young age.
Yeah, and I share that I was born a community health worker because in our culture, that's what our mothers do.
Right.
Yeah.
Even in the church, our Relief Society, always helping people who need
Growing
something.
up as little kids, you see your parents doing it for other people.
Right.
So it's
it
always
was
just been
natural.
ingrained in us.
Yes, yeah. And so, this is my way to give back and serve, but also provide for my family. Which I'm
And to
grateful
give a
for.
voice to yourself and to other girls that are out there who do get pregnant at a young age.
Right, your
that,
life is not over.
It's not.
It's literally not over.
Yeah.
And also,
And
I
this is
love
living
that you
proof right
went.
here, Oreta.
And
So
you
many
went back,
options.
you tried it, you didn't think like, oh, because I have kids already, I shouldn't go and try. You did it and you made it. And that's an amazing story.
And
That's
I
awesome.
was like 220 pounds at that time. So like just when I look back, I mean now I share a lot of this, but when I look back, there were so many barriers that I could have been like, oh, I'm too big, oh, I have 4 kids, or, it's too late, I'm too old. And, but I found that to be my motivation. Every time someone said I couldn't do it or it's not normal because of something.
Right.
And it's my motivation now. So in the work that I do at the Hill or like in advocacy work, it's what motivates me to just speak out. And my dad tells me, you share too much on social media.
You're like, well,
I'm like,
Your life is an open book.
right. I told him I share not to try to get pity from people or anything,
Right.
because I share so that other people know they're not alone, that there's other people you might think or have paint a perspective about somebody you think you know because of what you see, but you don't really know. And so I share like the depression that I went through, or and just my story, so that other women can feel empowered to know that they're not alone.
Right.
They can do it too if they
give them that voice, because silence is a killer.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
mental health for everybody, men, women, children, adults, it's a struggle that is real. So it's
Yeah.
amazing that we have resources like this, and you just keep continuing to fight for the kids, the young boys, the women, the men.
Yeah.
Just
You're
energy.
like, that was exhausting. You're like, yeah.
Well, because the definition of a community health worker, if people don't know, is someone who represents the community they serve, and their lived experience is their expertise.
Yes.
So the government and Western society questions my expertise or my credibility because I don't have a degree, or
Right,
well, a lot of
right.
CHWs don't have a degree, but my degree has strengthened my lived experience. So I'm able
Exactly.
to do so much
100%
more.
on that.
And that's the thing that I love about the work that I do, is that these are things that everybody's gonna go through, but you can turn those situations around. There's resources out there for us to make, create change in our own lives, but we have to feel empowered to do
Right.
it.
We
Right.
need
In
some-
our minds, we have to know we can
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
love that
that's
Willa
amazing.
says that, because all the lived experience that I've had, especially with my own daughters and raising my sons, seeing the needs of their father relationship their relationship with their father, and my daughter's relationship with me, and those things that I was working on, I'm like, if I'm going through this, somebody else is too.
Right.
So let's try
And
to.
you're looking at your own family.
Right.
Like, what can I do better for my own family? I'm doing it for the rest of the community, because it's so easy for us to advocate for the community. But when we get home, the doors close and it's kind of different.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I had to put that into my heart, even though I love my mom. It's me and her have the best relationship ever. But my mom has dementia. It's 88.
Yeah.
She lives with me and my husband. We take care of her, and it is
It's
taxing.
hard.
But
It's
it's
hard.
something that I've always prepared for my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So now I'm just learning about different resources that I can reach out to for my mother. You know what I mean? And for some kind of therapy for me as well. Because
Yeah.
I'm one that will just take it all in, but not want to say nothing.
And caretakers do need that.
And
Yes.
they do.
That help. Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
So it's just making a situation a great situation
Yeah. With the best that we can make it.
with the best that we can make it.
Yeah.
It's the
That's
best that
awesome.
I mean, that's all we can do, right?
it is. So
yeah.
you have 4 kids
Yeah,
and
4
3
kids.
great
Three
grandkids.
Yeah.
So do you get to see them a lot or at all with
Oh,
all the
yeah.
work that you're doing, girl?
Yeah, so my kids are mini CHWs. They've been doing this work with me
That's
since
good.
they were,
I
'Cause
love
they
that.
also
Born,
just
yeah.
grew up seeing it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
when we came here, in fact, we went to an event, and my kids are already putting up the tents and, setting up the tables, and they're like, man, your kids, you don't even have to tell them what to do. I'm like, yeah, they've been doing this with me in Hawaii since they were born.
That's great.
So yeah,
That is
I see
great.
them a lot. It's a reward, I think, to do, again, my passion work, but also to get paid to provide for my family as well. So
Yeah, that's the best.
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to get that coin while you're doing work for the
Yeah,
community.
exactly.
I mean, it's a lot of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There has to be some sort of compensation to give you the right resources and tools to give to everybody else.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break here. We only have a few more minutes left, but we're gonna come back and finish our interview with Oreta, and she's gonna kind of give us her little message or inspiration or events that she has coming up, and then Chris and I will go ahead and go over the events one last time, and then we will just end our show there. But we will be right back. All right, thanks,
Stay
guys.
tuned.
life is on a spaceship. I don't know where it's headed. I miss our conversation. Yeah. The way you used to love me. Oh, you know, back on earth we had a good time. White wine, dancing underneath the starlight. Just you and I, you kissed me from your lips the first time. My, I can tell a lot, yeah, baby. But I'd sacrifice my day for one day with you, yeah. Jah knows I would, yeah. One thing's for sure, even when the rain is falling, you know me in the middle of the storm. Somewhere out there in the flood, you know that I'm there, no umbrella. Cause the rain ain't always bad. Through the rain our seas can roll. I hope you think of home. I'll never leave you lonely. I'm wishing on a spaceship. The tears don't drown you, baby. I know my destination. It's nowhere near you, it's killing me, for sure. You know, back on earth we made some good plans to romance, making sweet love to slow down, no hesitance. I give you all of me, baby, and you give me all of you, your body, mind, and soul. I always knew that we would be inseparable. Baby, I know the times changed, but this heart is still the same, yeah. One thing's for sure, even when the rain is falling, you know me in the middle of the storm. Somewhere out there in the flood, you know that I'm there, no umbrella. Cause the rain ain't always bad.
Hey guys, we are back with Everyday People of the Utah Pacifica chapter. I am Lynn Cato, along here with my awesome co-host,
Crystal Tupola, and our beautiful guest, Oreta Tupola.
Yeah, so we only have a few minutes left, so we're gonna go ahead and go over quick events real quick. Quick events real quick, who says that? Oh, but I bet you hear me now, I got my voice. All right, so we're just gonna go with the events real quick because like I said, we had our technical difficulties earlier. So, but first I want to make sure that I announce this event because I did kind of butcher her name, so I do apologize, Yada the Great. So Yada the Great's gonna be at One Love Coffee Lounge, which is gonna be right next to One Love Tattoos in the West Jordan at 7136 South Red. Yada the Great. We did have a video of her earlier, and she is amazing, but if not, just go follow her.
Go check her out.
Yes.
And then also another event that we have is being thrown by the National Tongan American Society, and they have a community resource fair tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. In Murray. So we'll have more information on the flyer that should be shared there for you guys to go check out.
Yes, and also make sure that you're going to hit up Wela Nifo for his Men's Empowerment Group conference. That's next week. That'll be on our social media as well. You can scan the QR code there or just get the details there on how to purchase your tickets. I know I said purchase your tickets. I think it's $20, but I think this is something that's going to be great that we can all learn from. And again, sometimes small businesses need to make that money in order to give you that right resource and tools because that's just what they do. And if we're not going to do it for ourselves, why not let somebody else do it for you? And then and what about PBS?
Yes, and then PBS are where Big Buddha is going to be the MC for the showing of the How American is American Samoa. That's going to be on the 28th, which is next week Tuesday. So also you guys come out. That's going to be a free event, but you do need to RSVP. You can check out the information we will share on the page.
Okay, they got live music, some free dinner. You know we all like that free meal.
Right, exactly. Come and learn, ask some questions.
Right, and finally, so Big Buddha has a huge event that's going on today. It's going to be out at the Wholesome Company in Bountiful. It's going to be at a dispensary from 4 to 6 p.m. with 92.5. Whether you're there to get a brand new medical marijuana or cannabis card, or renew it for $75, it's a big deal.
Today.
If you need it today.
Yep.
My apologies. Yes, today.
Yeah.
So yes, so it's a great service as well. You know, not everybody needs to be in it, into that, but we just like to let our community know of everything that's going out there, and our boy Big Buddha's gonna be there, so
yeah,
gotta
check
make sure we give him that shout out. All right, Oreta. So first off, you're amazing. Second, thank you for being here. The work you're doing is amazing for our community.
Yep.
So we're happy that you're here in Utah.
I know
you're almost happy that you're here in Utah. But go ahead and kind of just give us just one last inspirational quote, motivation, what you want, or your next event that's coming up, or anything.
Yeah, I'd like to just share 2 main events. PacifikaChptr is having a Denim and Diamonds fundraiser for the services that we provide, and we really need your help. We are trying to get a lot of our foundations to serve, to give back, but you know, as nonprofits, we're always looking for funding to continue the support that we have. So it's January 20th. You can go to the PacifikaChptr.org website.
Or February?
January 20th. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
February 20th.
that?
February 20th.
Okay.
See, so many things I
Yeah.
forget. February 20th, go to PacifikaChptr.org and you can register on the Eventbrite. And then the other, in relation to what Verona was sharing, this is a tough time right now in the legislature, for the legislators. And I was getting emotional and just nervous in the beginning to talk about this, because this doesn't only affect our Latino communities. This affects also our Pacific Islander communities. And so, like she said, please have a plan. Community Health Worker Day on the Hill, February 14th, Valentine's Day. We will be there educating our legislators about the needs of our vulnerable populations. So we want to get as many people to the rotunda on that day. Come there, then go to your Valentine's date. But we want you to come and just show the legislators who they are serving in Utah now. The population has changed so much, and the policies need to change too, so that there's equity across the board for all Utah citizens. And so if you can, please, we would appreciate you coming up there to help us advocate for our communities and the services that we provide to our communities. So again, February 14th, we'll be there from 3 to 6. And hope you can come and bring your families.
Sweet. So then we'll need to get the flyer for that, because I don't think I've
Yes.
seen anything on that just yet. But
Okay.
that is going to be something amazing that is very important. It's more important than Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? So like we said, get that plan out there, Verona's message, your message, as well as message. We're so grateful to have you here with us. We're thankful to have you on the show, as long as Verona. I think just the message that we got today is, you know, like, we are in the situation that we are in. You know what I mean? So all we can do is just do what we can do best. And I believe that way is just be kind. I mean, there's a lot of things that's happening on social media right now, especially in the Polynesian community, with going at it, with things that are happening now. You know, that's not the way to fight it. You know what I mean? You voted for who you voted, you believe what you believe, but we need to come together and find some sort of a sanctuary or a way to be kind to each other, because at the end of the day, we are still human. We have to live with each other, and you have to live with the decisions that we've all made, that you've made, and I have to live with the decisions that I've made as well, which is, you know, everyone doesn't always get along, but we can always be kind. That is our saying, new year, new us. And, you know, just be kind to one another.
Yes.
And we'll fix our FaceTime.
And then, yes, and then again, we do apologize. I'll apologize one last time. So we did have technical difficulties with our Facebook Live interviews, but this is going to be a tool that we're going to perfect, and then you will thank us for that. So thank you guys. Crystal's going to take us out with her last.
No, I was just gonna say, you're gonna watch us perfect it. So.
And don't forget this is my nanny's hoodie that Ashley made. One more plug.
Yeah, one more plug for my sister and her new little business, trying things out. She's AKF Print and Design online, and I'll just tag her. But
I appreciate that. We're gonna need to get a hoodie for Oreta
yeah, for all her community.
that says this:
Sure.
Polynesian women are.
I know.
All right, I love that. Again, we love you guys. Thank you for joining us every week, Friday at 10 a.m. with Everyday People, the Utah Pacifica chapter. Please, please, please be sure that you follow us on our Everyday People YouTube channel, and follow us on our social media, Everyday People, the Utah Pacifica chapter, and Instagram as well. And of course, the planter pop up. Make sure you're following her so she can show you guys how to take care of your plants. She's amazing.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we love you, and we will see you guys soon. Make sure you guys make it out to Bountiful, 4 o'clock.
Bye.